Oh shoot, you're here. Um, okay. Let me just get this set up and easy. Right about there. And perfect. So, I guess I need to have a little bit of a discussion about Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion. I think we should talk about, how this game is, one, pretty awesome, and two, just how it feels compared to some of the other mech-based games that I've played in the past. So I'm going to give a little bit of an example of my first couple hours of the game. For those who haven't met me, my name is Tock, also known as Tock the Shock. This is my first experience with the series Daemon X Machina, and I will admit, I had no idea what I was getting into, but I do know now that what I want more of is mech games, or just games with flight, that play like this. I'm also going to level with you. I'm not great at this kind of game. You're going to see a lot of sloppy gameplay. I've never been an expert action game player, but I will tell you right now that being sloppy feels kind of part of the formula of the way this game plays. And admittedly, I'm kind of a big fan. But you're not here to listen to me just talk on about how this game's kind of cool. You want to see something, right? You want to see gameplay, you want to see flight, you want to see guns, you want to see me cut people with lasers. Well, I got a few minutes of gameplay and some thoughts on it. Again, this is only about 2 hours into the game, so next to no spoilers, and I've cut out a lot of menu hopping.
Let's get started. All set?
The first thing I'm a major fan of is the weight and the mobility of this game. And also the fact that nothing really feels too much in the way with the menus. Just running from one place to another feels awesome. Flying feels awesome. And also, the scan function feels awesome. By the way, that guy over there, we don't fight that guy over there. We leave that guy alone. Traversal feels really good in this game, and getting from point A to point B feels like a breeze. Not to mention all the points of interest that kind of organically fill the field. You're always finding something interesting like a supply point or a fast travel location to get back to home base. And very often you're going to find random points of interest that, without looking anything up, you'll ask, what is that? But I think even more than that, the combat is more interesting. So let's have a look at our first fight.
What do we have here?
For this run, I'm going to stick with mostly laser weapons, but as you can see, just getting into an engagement, the way the music picks up, and mobility, lock-on, all of that, really interesting stuff. And then the item system, which I'll get into later, is also pretty interesting since you get to pick up something different every time. Fighting multiple enemies, just trying to engage with multiple targets while also dodging all of their fighting. And also the fact that you have AI assistance. There is also multiplayer in this game that I can't wait to try out. All of it blends together in this big open space where combat feels good at almost all times. Even when you're the one getting hit, it always feels like there's an option to get back into the fight or make your next defensive decision. And all the enemy variety really adds on to what weapon selection you have, how you engage the fight,
That can't be good.
along with all of the different attack options that you start getting a couple hours into the game with some of the special moves that you receive.
That's barely a scratch.
My comrade!
I am happy to note that the English voicing in this game does sound pretty solid in the middle of fights. There's always some unique interactions that go on for group fights such as this with humanoid opponents, or when you engage with bases so far. I'm hoping to hear more of that as the game goes on too, and I'm sure the Japanese sounds great as well. Speaking of field events, at this point alone, you hear gunfire in the distance, and this can happen anywhere, especially when there's a fast travel point nearby. And you come to find out that it's people from your team, the Reclaimers, that are fighting random things. Sometimes it's humanoid opponents, sometimes it's these monsters called Immortals, but you could just happen upon a firefight that's going on, and you can help them out. You can help save people from actually dying. None of them have been named so far, but I think it's interesting that some of the combat choices that you see are not just, oh, because we threw enemies out there. They try to make it feel a little more lived in. That really brings a sense of exploration and the want to go to that location outside of, ooh, what's that shiny item over there? Also, you can throw your enemies once they're stunned. And along with all the other combat that I've shown so far, it all adds to a much more engaging experience where you have so many different ways to engage the enemy, even if you stuck with one weapon. But wait a minute, Tock. Why is it I keep on seeing cuts every time you get near all these bodies that still exist? The item system is really in-depth. I cannot show off even a hair's breadth of what's going on with the little clips that I have. So rather than try to explore it on screen and have a 30-minute video, I just want you guys to experience it yourself. Just know it's a lot of menu hopping and comparing numbers, but in the end, it does make it feel like you picked your weapon just for you.
What do we have here?
Now, I've been coming into a lot of random engagements with Immortals, but the one thing that I do want to make clear is that this is not the only biome. Even 1 hour into the game, they give you a brand new biome that has its own set of rules that I won't spoil for you just yet, but just know that the desert with red trees and bunches of rock everywhere is not the only place you go. By the way, I should mention, did you know that I'm not actually just doing this just because? I'm actually headed towards a side quest, and I can just stop doing story stuff for a bit and do this side quest and explore at the same time without being prompted. Not having your hand held in that feels really good. Speaking of that side quest,
let's
you
go.
can use horses to get there. It's my joy when games throw in a mechanic that in the end you don't need to use, but it does have its uses, and sometimes it can actually give you that little oomph you need, like how I'm getting back that femto bar by not running everywhere. But as I get closer to that engagement, you'll go ahead and see that every part of this map, which has been a different part so far every time I've cut, is a new experience with new enemy types, new weapon types that I can try to pick up on my own, and it's all leading me towards something that is predetermined, but nothing's predetermined in between. This side quest is not really important. It's just about a guy who wants to rebel against the overarching regime that's in the area, and he finally got his hands on a weapon to do so, and you're like, hey, cut it out. But as you can see, it kind of plays out a little bit differently than he intends because you're just built different.
Right.
What is it?
I'm here to stop you.
What are you talking about?
A worried friend of yours sent me.
Port. Always sticking his nose where it doesn't belong.
You're met with the illusion of choice, yada yada, he runs in, I'm going to avenge myself, and then fighting starts. It's pretty straightforward.
Under attack by 2 assailants, both equipped with arsenals. I repeat, both assailants are equipped with arsenals.
One is definitely a rookie. Keep a close eye on the other.
Damn you! What are you trying to impress?
Get it out of your system yet? Do you see
And then
now?
from here, it's
You
just
don't
clean
stand
up
a
and
chance
book it.
against them
I just
all.
happened to run into a few engagements on the way, but I just want to get back to base after like 12 fights in a row. And I'm glad you came to hear me today. I'm going to try and have more content from this game in the near future because I'm really enjoying myself. Maybe it'll be a bit shorter too, but in the meanwhile, expect something in the next couple of months when I finally dig my teeth into this and see what the story's really about. Until then, thanks for watching, and have a good one.